Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to How to Go from 1K to 10K in 30 days without the burnout. Now, before I get into all the goodies I'm going to share with you, I want to make a few announcements. All right. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I want you to understand that what I'm going to share with you in this training, it's not fly by night strategies. You are about to get the real deal. So make sure to turn off all distractions, cut off Facebook, which I know you hear this all the time, but this is good stuff. All right. Tell the kids to give you about 30 to 45 minutes. Take out your pens and your pads and get ready to take some notes. All right. Now, let's make sure that you are in the right place. So if you are a coach, a consultant, or entrepreneur that serves or solves problems, then you are in the right place. If you've been working hard to grow your coaching business, but you find that you spend too much time on the phone and you're still not making enough money to have a sustainable business, then you are in the right place. And if you are getting paying clients, which some of you are probably getting clients already, but it's not sustainable, they're dropping off, then, and you want some type of system that can help you keep your clients on longer and make, more of an income to last out longer, then you are definitely in the right place, okay? So here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn the one secret that other coaches won't tell you. You're also going to learn why being authentic is vital, but not the most important part. You're going to learn why talking to everyone means you're selling to no one. And you're also going to learn the 5 pillars to a successful coaching business. Now, I'm going to need you to stay till the end in order for you to really get the complete system that you're going to need to be able to book out your calendar with clients. So if you stay till the end, I have a special gift that I'm going to give each and every one of you. All right. So make sure that you stay till the end. All right. Now, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Niala Phillip, and I am a social media and brand strategist. I'm also the founder of We Win Movement, which is an internationally known online women's empowerment company. And I focus more on income strategies and monetizing your business. All right. Now, I started my journey as an entrepreneur about 16 years ago. I'm not going to go all the way back then, but I'm going to paint the picture of my life for you so you can understand, because it kind of goes into my first tip that I'm going to be sharing with you on this training. Now, for me, I grew up with a family where my mom, she worked as an auditor for the IRS, but she also had her own tax practice. She was also in many network marketing companies. So I came from a family where I watched my mom do a lot of businesses. And, my family always said that as long as you can use your hands to do something, then you'll never be out of work. And that's how I was raised. I watched my stepfather get into real estate, own a few buildings. He used to do like plumbing and, handyman kind of work to take care of his properties. And I've always seen that my parents worked. So that's the reason why when I went through my own struggles and trials, my first reaction was I was going to join a network marketing company because this is my way of, knowing how to make some extra money, which is to sell something, right? So I went for years from company to company to company, made money in some, didn't make money in some, but really didn't get anywhere, okay? So about 3 years ago, I came in contact with a company called It Works Global, and I know that a lot of you probably know It Works. It's a company that sells the body wraps, and it was the first time that I was exposed to using social media to grow your business and growing a brand outside of a network marketing company. So because of my selling experience, which I definitely can sell, and because of my selling experience, I was able to grow very quickly in the business using Instagram alone. And I caught the attention of one of the top millionaires in the company who gave me a few lessons in this business, who taught me about branding myself and showed me how my business can go to the next level when I put myself in front of the brand. So I started to do that. And as soon as I started to do that, my community exploded. So I ended up with a huge community. And I know from the outside, a lot of people would say, well, Neola, you were successful. But the truth is, I'm telling you guys tonight, today, whatever time it is where you are, I was not. I was overworked. I was burnt out. I was in front of the computer 24/7. I had to learn lead pages, learn ads, learn all these things. I was like 25 different jobs. And because of that, I really felt unsuccessful. I felt like I had no outside life besides work, and it was not the life. All right. So eventually I decided I definitely needed mentorship, and I needed to learn how was these people doing it. So I invested in myself. I got training, and I started with this exact system that I'm going to be sharing with you on this webinar. Okay. So that's why I said this is not fly-by-night strategies. These are the exact strategies that has gotten me here. This is the exact strategies that I still use now to be able to get clients into my programs. Okay. So I'm really, really excited to share with you what I'm about to share. Now, one of the key ingredients that you're going to need to be successful in anything you do is purpose. And I believe that that's the reason why I was not able to be successful in network marketing. When I had my hair salon, I had a hair salon, I had a boutique, I opened a daycare in my house. I used to sell hair, shoes, all types of stuff. The entrepreneurial spirit it's just in me. All right. So I've done a lot. And the real reason why I believe it never worked is because the purpose, the passion, it was not there. So even though as entrepreneurs, we know how we go hard. So yeah, I opened up a salon. I went hard. I paid for a contract. I got everything looking good, but the purpose, the passion wasn't there. So in 18 months, I was closed, So purpose is very important when it comes to growing a business. And it's the one ingredient that every business needs, because without purpose, you will feel unfulfilled. You will always feel unhappy. You will feel like you're doing things that you're not meant to do. And that is the reason why clarity is so important. Okay. And we are going to get deeper into that as we move further into the training. So here's some questions for you to ask yourself. And before we get to the questions, I want you to think deep about your purpose. And I want you to understand that even though I'm giving you these questions, don't be alarmed if you still can't figure out your purpose right away. And the reason why is because purpose comes with action. And that's like my formula. Passion plus action equal purpose. So if you find what you like to do, and you put your all into it, and you put action out, right? Then you will start to realize what your true purpose is. But if you're stagnant, you're not moving, you're not taking action, you're not doing anything, that you won't get to really see what your purpose is and what your purpose is not, okay? So here are some questions for you to ask yourself. It's gonna help you think deep about your purpose, your true purpose. So what do you like to do? Very important, because so much people, you're doing things that you don't like to do. You're doing it because you need the money. You're doing it because you see other people doing it and they're successful with it. But there's something else that you like to do. Think about that. What do you like to do? The next thing you need to think about is, what do you like to talk about? Everybody loves to talk. What do you love to talk about? Because you need to be happy about what you're teaching. If you're trying to grow a business, especially a coaching business or a business that's selling high-end packages and programs, you need to be really happy with what you're talking about, because there are going to be times that you're going to get no's. And if you're not happy with what you're doing and you're not fulfilled, you're going to break when you get all them no's. Only the strong survive when people keep telling you no, and you wait for that yes, because you know that yes is that big yes, All right, you also want to know, what books do you enjoy? What books do you like to read? Because a lot of times the books that you like to read, the TV shows, the movies that you like to watch that evokes emotions from you guys, that is where your interest is. That is where your interest is. It's so crazy, because as I think about it, one of my things that about me is I'm a big soap opera junkie, especially Young and Restless. Never missed it. I've been watching it with my grandma since I was a little kid. And up until now, I record it every single day, and I binge on it every so often, okay? So I'm a Young and Restless diehard fan. And I always, when I heard the statement and when I started learning how true it is, finding your purpose and looking at the different things that interest you when it comes to movies and books that you read, right? I looked at Y&R and I kept saying, oh my gosh, the one thing that I truly loved about Y&R was the Newman's business against the Abbotts and their marketing. They were always in some type of marketing scandal, marketing campaign, marketing something, and this one took someone beauty, right? And I used to love that. Every time I'm watching TV and I'm like, my husband would just smile because he would be talking about one thing and I'll come out and say, "Ooh, do you see how they branded that soda? Look," and I realized that I always loved branding. I always loved marketing. I just didn't know it that way, the way I know now. So it's really important for you to think about what you enjoy and what subjects you can talk about day and night, because that passion is going to come out when you're on your live streams, your webinars, your blogs. It's going to come out and people are going to be able to feel it. And that is how you're going to help position yourself a lot easier. We're going to talk about that too. Another thing you need to think about is what pisses you off. What pisses you off? You need to know this. You need to share this. Trust me, because you will find your people just from sharing these type of things. So ask yourself these questions. Think about it, write it down, and take action with the things that I'm going to teach you in this training. As you continue to move further with your passion, you will realize your true purpose, okay? Now, let's move on. Here's what they won't tell you. You always hear that, in order to have a successful coaching business, you have to have a website. You need to know how to have the best sales pages. You need to be the best copywriter. You need to have the best graphics, and you have to have thousands of followers, right, in order to convert. And this is just not true. This is just not true. And even me, myself, have realized it more and more within the last year how not true this is. You do not need a sales page. You do not need a website. You do not need to have a course yet. You do not need to have Facebook ads. You do not need any of these things to have a successful coaching business, okay? So here's what do you need. You need, number one, purpose, what we just spoke about. Number two, you need the right mindset. And number three, you need a signature system. Everyone has it that's successful, and you need one too. So let's talk about mindset for a minute, okay? So you've been lied to. I told you I would tell you. You've been lied to over and over again, because everyone says that you shouldn't feel the fear, right? Everyone says that, fear doesn't exist. Don't feel it. But the truth is, fear is the best thing that will ever, ever happen to you. Because fear comes from ego. And one of the books that I enjoy reading, they say, fear is something that should be turned into faith, not necessarily rabble into your fear. It's misdirected, and it's your job to direct that fear into faith. I say fear comes from ego. So your ego gives you these certain feelings so it can protect you, right? So you start to feel anxiety or procrastination or self-doubt. You start being your worst critic. You start worrying, comparing yourself, feeling guilty, resistant, giving your power away to other people. And it's all in your mind. It's not who you are. That's the ego protecting you and putting those feelings in you. And I need you to understand that now is the best time for you to, instead of rabble into that fear, walk straight through it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because every time you take a step through that fear, your ego takes a huge shift. So if you want to make money online, right, you have to have an offer, right? You have to be able to sell to people, right? So if you don't have an offer and you don't never offer anything, you won't ever have anybody buying from you. So if you're scared to be visible, if you're scared to put yourself out there and you have that fear holding you back from going and getting the visibility that you need to be able to sell your offers, then you're not going to get anywhere. It's your job to walk through that fear every single time. I cannot stress this enough. I remember when I started getting those sales rolling in, and I'm telling you, every time you get a sale, you are going to get a burst of confidence. You're going to start to feel good. You're going to start to do it more and more and more because you're going to love the feeling. Now, I remember when my sales started coming in, I had fear. In the beginning, I used to think like, oh, I'm going to sound repetitive. There's so many brand strategists out there. They're teaching what I'm teaching. How am I going to make myself different? Oh, I don't speak all the best proper English. You know, people are going to think, well, she's from the ghetto, right? These are all the fears that a lot of people have. These are the same fears that I went through. But the more I walked through it and the sales started to come in, then my community started to grow. And then I started getting emails from people saying, wow, my emails really help them. And wow, that quote, and thank you for putting out those quotes every day on We Win. I look forward to it every morning. When I started getting those type of messages, it gave me even more confidence. It made me feel like, you know what? I am doing what I'm meant to do. I am helping these people, and this is all I ever wanted to do. So the confidence came more and more and more and more, and it just grows. So you got to walk through that fear. You cannot let that fear take you down. You cannot let that fear take you down. Now, there are two reasons why your business isn't growing. All right. The first reason is that you're procrastinating on making the decision. All right. You're letting all that fear, all those fears that the ego, those feelings that the ego put inside of you, right? You are letting it make you procrastinate on making a decision. And the second reason why is that you have already decided that your problem is bigger than you. And you got to understand that your power lies in your decision to decide. And it is very important that we go through this right here, because you are not even going to be able to grasp what I'm about to teach you if you don't understand this right here. You have to understand how to walk through the fear, get on the phone with people, make your sales, tell them your high-end package with confidence. And in order to do that, you have to make the decision. Decide today that I'm about to embrace everything that Niala is going to teach me. I'm putting action to it. I'm stepping through whatever feelings I'm feeling, and I'm about to win this year. You need to make that decision right now. So I want to ask you, are you in tune with the fear, or are you in tune with God? Or whatever you believe in. For those of you who believe in the universe and the higher powers, what are you in tune with? Because it's your choice ultimately. It's your choice. You have the ultimate choice. Now understand, I hear this quote a lot, and they say, you can't dry yourself when you're in the pool. And I had to put this in my webinar, because here's the thing. If you want to grow a coaching business, but you're listening to all the fear that's in your head, and you're not allowing yourself to go show up and get on the live stream and do the things that you need to do, you're not working with your mindset, you're not surrounding yourself around these people, then guess what? You're still going to be in the same place. You can't change. You can't dry yourself if you're in the pool. So you can't expect to say, I'm going to have my first $10,000 month when you're still thinking like somebody that makes $1,000 a month. You see how that works? That's why I had to add this into my webinar, because it's so true. It's so true. And if this is the mindset that you're going in and you're going to hold on to that fear, then unfortunately what I'm going to teach you, you probably won't be able to make it work for you. And I want it to work for you. Now, understand that when you align your purpose with your goals and you walk with the right mindset and you have the signature system that I'm about to share with you, sky is the limit for you. Sky is the limit for you. All right. Now let's get into this signature system, my signature system. Okay. The first part of my system, it is the purpose. This is the foundation, because being fulfilled with what you're doing is what's going to really make you happy in your life, not the type of money that you make. Being fulfilled with what you're doing is what's going to really get you the results. So the first part of my system is purpose, everything that we just talked about, and your mindset, right? Your passion, your purpose, your mindset, okay? Okay, so the second part of my system is positioning, okay? And the first part of the positioning is your brand. So you want to think of your 60-second marketing message. That's what you're going to say before your live streams, when you go to networking events, right? People will know who you are and what you do is and how you can help them in 60 seconds, right? The next thing you're going to need is your 5-minute pitch. So that basically says, you know, my name is, this is what I'm known for, the problem my clients has, and the solution I provide is, And the reason why my clients want to work with me is, all right, so your 5-minute pitch, that is how it is consistent. Oh, that is how it's put together. So let's say it one more time so you get it. So my name is, what I'm known for is, the problem my client has is, the solution I provide is, and the reason why my clients want to work with me is because. All right, so that is your 5-minute pitch. And last but not least, you're going to also need a 6-word tagline. So mine is helping female entrepreneurs create profitable brands. All right. You want that. You want that. I live through that. I live to work for female entrepreneurs, and I live to make sure that I help them build a brand that is fulfilling to them and that is profitable. So you want to have that tagline that stands for your business. This is how people are going to identify you, remember you, and know if they want to work with you and if you can provide them what they need. Okay. So let's get to the third part. The third part of my system, it is presentation, because presentation is everything. And yes, you do want great photos. You want great graphics. You want your colors, your fonts. Yes, you want these things. But is that the most important? It is not. What is important in what I'm about to teach you is your perceived value. So if someone views you like you're a valuable person through the information that you put out, your content, and how you carry yourself, how you show up, okay, then they will pay you more. If you show up like somebody who's always want to do $7 checklist or $47 this, not saying that anything is wrong with that, but you're only going to attract people that want to pay that. So if you're not going to be willing to jump through that fear that we just finished speaking about, put your prices where you want it to be, all right, and just go for it, then you're not going to attract those people that are going to pay those type of prices. Your perceived value is very important. All right, your perceived value is like another thing, what people think about you. So sometimes you might have people that work with you, right, and they really didn't enjoy their experience with you, and you probably weren't the best fit for them. And that's okay, because the more you work with people is the more you're going to realize who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with. But when you think of your brand, when you think of your positioning, it's all about 3 things. And I should have, put that in here. Your perceived value, number 1, how you show up. Okay, meaning being out there every day, interviewing, putting yourself where you need to be. And 3, what others think about your brand. So it's always good to just ask your audience, hey, what do you think about me? What do you think about my brands? And get an idea of what people are feeling. That is the second part to your brands, and the third part to my system, which is presentation. All right, now, before we get to the fourth part of the system, I wanted to spend some time on talking about walking the walk, because this is another thing that a lot of people miss. And what I mean by that is, let me just, paint a picture. So if you're going to hire a lawyer and you get to the office and you see the young lady outside, she has on this mini skirt with some high red heels, look like heels from the Go-Go Club, and she's smoking a cigarette, makeup is real loud. You're not really checking for her, right? You're like, hold up. This is not professional. You don't expect that. You expect to see a lawyer dress professionally, speak professionally, show up in a certain type of way to you, right? So if you see someone come like that, you're going to think twice before hiring them versus the person that shows up the way they need to show up. So you got to walk the walk. If you're a health professional, right, you can't go all over the internet saying, well, hey, I'm a health professional, I'm going to help you lose weight, but you're not losing weight. Or you're not living a healthy life, and they can see that you're not living a healthy life by the way you look. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not sitting here saying, well, because you might not be a skinny person that you can't do health and wellness, but this is the same problem I ran into with It Works. Why it did not work out for me after a while is because you cannot tell somebody that you're going to help them lose weight if you haven't lost weight. You have to walk the walk. What will sound better is if you were to say, hey, my name is Jessica. I'm a health professional. I'm on my journey. I would love if you can join me. And what will happen is people will start getting attracted to the journey. And people who are on the journey, they're going to come along the journey with you. And you're going to be that person that helped them. And they will hire you, but they're going to hire you for the right reasons, not because you're out there saying something that you're not. So you have to walk the walk. This is so important. If you haven't made $1 million yet, Don't tell someone that you can help them make $1 million. If you've made 10,000 already, then tell people, hey, I'm about to help you make 10,000. As you grow in your business, your people are going to see that and they are going to grow with you. Walk the walk. All right. Now, the fourth part to my system is profitability. And what's so crazy about this is so much people have the other parts. Like there's people with the great graphics, great presentation. There's people who are showing up, doing their things, doing the live streams, putting in that work. But what they don't have is any way to make money. They don't know how to package their expertise so they can sell it in a way that they will make sales over and over again. So they're focused more on one-time sales. And if you want to be profitable in any business, especially in a coaching business, it is very important to have your systems put into place, okay? So you can have a signature system very similar to what I'm teaching you right now. So my signature system is my 5 pillars to a successful business. Well, it's really to a profitable brand, right? And in these five pillars that I'm teaching you about, all of my programs stem from these 5 pillars. So in my programs, I'm teaching the same thing. It's just in a different delivery, depending on what you're paying. So if you're in a group coaching program that's a little bit longer and it's more affordable for you, then you're going to get the same thing. Yes, but you're going to get it over a longer period of time. Right? So you need a system so you can be known for something, and you can base all your products and your services, your content, and everything you do, any speaking engagements you take, any new ventures you want to start, it's all going to come from your signature system. All right. So a signature system is really important. If you're a financial coach, what's the system that you're taking your clients through to get from A to Z? If you're a health coach, what is the system that you're taking them through to get from A to Z? I'm pretty sure that you've seen what I'm showing you tonight, but you haven't seen it in this way and you haven't heard it in this way. So there are a lot of people that's going to teach the same things. Why? Because no information is new information, and everything could be researched, right? So you're going to hear a lot of people talking about things, but what they do is they make it into a system. They put their trademark in it. They put it out there. It's my system. Like very similar to my 5E method, where I talk a lot about content and how to create your content to sell. Everybody talks about educating and becoming an expert and entertaining and engaging. Yes, but not the way I do it, and not as my 5E method. You might call it something else. You understand how that works? So you got to have a signature system. The next thing you're going to need to have is you're going to need to have a growing client relationship. And in one word, funnels. Which means that you need to take people through an experience. I'm pretty sure that most of you on here is not your first time listening to me. You either came to me from a social media post, a freebie that you downloaded and got on my list, you opened some of my emails, you seen a note to come to the training, and here you are. Now, if this is the first time you've come into contact with me, guess what? You didn't pay for anything to come. This is a growing relationship. And that's the reason why a lot of times the first time a person comes into contact with your business, they're coming in a free capacity. And then you nurture them through the value and the content that you give. You take them through each step from maybe 7 to 47 to 97. And your goal is to get people from package to package to package until they get the results that your program promises to give. So you want a growing client relationship, and you want it to be on autopilot. You want these things set up on a system. You can't sit down there and email 100 people, right? Very important. The next thing you're going to want is you want packages. So no more hourly sessions. I can never forget the days when I was doing hourly sessions for $47. No more of that. Package up your expertise and put it out there. And then another thing that you can think about, which I love, is membership sites. So putting everything, all the content that you have in a nice membership site that's password protected and selling it for about $27 to $47 a month, you have recurring income. Understand that any successful entrepreneur has a minimum of 7 income streams in their business. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have all of this. Me personally, I have my VIP intensive, where people get to come with me and spend time with me, or I go out to them and we spend 2 days in a hotel and we map out everything for their business. I also have group coaching programs, several of them on different topics and different concentrations, right? And then I also have my one-on-one coaching program. Now, my coaching program has evolved over the years because I'm walking in my purpose, and I'm now starting to get really a handle of who I want to work with and who I can get the fastest results for. Because the goal is to make sure really that your clients get results, not you getting results, okay? So let me tell you how simple it is to get a $10,000 month. So if I was to sell my VIP package, then I pretty much only need 5 people to get into my VIP intensive to make $10,000 for the month. If I want to get into my group coaching program, I need 20 people to be able to make $10,000 for the month. And if I want to get people into my one-on-one coaching program, either one person if they pay in full, or 2 people if they do payments can get me $10,000 for the month. And my script that I use basically helps me convert my clients while they're on the phone with me. All right. So that is pretty much how easy it is to have a $10,000 month. You just have to have it set up. All right. So let's move further down into it. The 5th part of my system, and probably the most important part, is your marketing, your promotion. You know, how are you putting yourself out there, your deliverables? What are you doing? Your daily activities every day to put yourself out there, grow your list, and sell your packages, to have people booking appointments with you so you can use the script and get them on the phone and convert them into your high-end packages. What are you doing every day? What are you doing every day? Now, you can do social media, which you should be doing. And if you're not, because social media is the one way to tap into the world. You should be networking if you can. If that's the avenue that you're going to go with, then you need to have a networking event on your calendar once a week. If that's the avenue, you don't have to use all, but you need to pick the avenues in which you're going to promote yourself. If you're going to be speaking, then you need to be actively out there, emailing, looking up events that's happening, pitching yourself, and going to get the engagement. If you're going to blog, then you want to do more guest blogging and reach more people. If you want to use videos, then do it every day. Come up with little tips, 3 tips or how-tos, or just talking about your day. It's that simple. To get yourself out there, you can do interviews, the live streams, email marketing, and then joint ventures, which taps into other people's market. The idea is, if you do not promote, you are not going to be able to get people through your system, right? So you can ultimately get them in your high-end package. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who might come on the phone with you, right? And they're like, I don't think that I'm going to be ready for this right now. And that's okay. But the people that do and the people that are ready, it's going to be easy for you. And what the smart thing would be, as soon as you have some money coming in, then you now pay a PR company that's going to get you more visibility. Because the truth is, the more visibility you get is the more people that's going to click that button, book that appointment with you, get on the phone with you, spend that 20, 30 minutes, whatever you got to do, and get them into your high-end coaching package, right? Right? Or to get them into your course, your high-end course, if you have one. Okay. Now, once you get the whole promotional side down pat, you're going to need a technique. And my technique that I use is to serve, not to sell. Because the truth is, the more you serve is the more sales you get. When a person comes in contact with me, almost always it's a free situation, whether it's a webinar, a checklist, a book, tips, whatever it is. When a person decides to get on the phone with me, I have already helped them in some type of way. So I have nurtured them. Okay, so my calls, it goes 3 ways. Number 1, I either turn someone down, and yes, I do have to do that sometimes, because if you're not the right fit and I can't get you the results, it's better for me to refer you elsewhere where I know you're going to get the results. The second thing that can happen is that, they might say, I'm prepared. Let's go. Let's do it. And then the third thing that happens is someone will say, I'm not ready. And that's okay too. They're still a part of your community. Now, I know that I only really want to work with coaches, right? But here's the thing. I also attract product-based businesses. And sometimes you are going to attract people because of your story. So for me, because I used to have a salon and I did so many other things, network marketing, and, I attract different type of people. But I'm going to be honest with you. Those people pay double. Why? Because it takes me more work. It takes me more time to get them the results that they need. So they pay double. You got to know how to serve people through your content so that way they can pay you for your time. So you serve through your content and people will pay you through your time. So when you're online and you're doing all the things that we spoke about, the blogging, the interviews, all the things that we spoke about, do it from the mind frame of serving, not selling. Okay. Now, there is a sales script that you need to use when you are talking to potential clients. All right. The idea here is that you get hot leads that are ready to take action. Okay. The idea here is by the content you put out, the people that are going to press that button to get on the phone with you, you already know that they're prime and they're ready. You just have to close it when they get on the phone with you. All right. So you need a list of potential clients and hot leads that are ready to take action. You need that script that's going to help you convert them as soon as they get on the phone with you, okay? And then you also need a system. So that's the sales funnel, right? So think of this. When you signed up for a webinar, it's automated, right? It's automated. So even while you're sleeping, if someone goes onto your webinar, they see it, they love it, they say, okay, I want to book an appointment with this person, you know, and they book an appointment with you, you can make the sale. If you're selling a course and it's set up in a system, very similar to what I'm going to teach you, guess what? You can make sales in your sleep. I do it all the time. So you need a system. Okay, you need a system. And another thing is you need cash to pay for your systems. And that's the reason why I have my fast track program that I'm talking to you guys about on this webinar. That is the reason why I teach this system where I can take my clients from 1K to 10K in 30 days in their coaching business. So that way they can have the funds that they need to set up these systems, because you need cash to set up these systems. And that's why it is very important that when we go through those 5 pillars of branding, building that profitable brand, I get you to the fast track first. Okay. All right. Now, I wanted you to see it as a whole so you can understand what a system looks like, so you can start thinking about what kind of system you want to put together for your business. So with my system, passion plus goals plus purpose is the foundation, okay? And then you have the 5 pillars to branding, which gives you the ability to make more of an impact. And when you make more of an impact, you make more of an income, all right? So when you have the purpose, the positioning, the presentation, the profitability, and the promotion put into place, you will have a successful and sustainable business. So this is my 5 pillars to building a profitable brand. And you want to have a system as well. I teach this system with everything that I do. So again, the delivery may change, but the system remains the same, okay? So I want to take a moment just to share with you a quick video from one of my clients that was able to use this system, and I'm not going to even tell you. Here it goes.
Hey ladies, hey Davidpreneurs. I just had something really fantastic happen to me, and I'm so excited. I had to come on here and share it with you all. First of all, I'm Sina. Nice to meet everybody. Niala actually helped me get started in her program less than 2 weeks ago, and I actually just did my first $5,000 coaching package sale. I don't exactly know how to feel. I'm just excited, but it feels a little bit surreal. It's almost like having to pinch yourself. But I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because, like I said, Niala has just been amazing. She's been helping me out, you know, for quite some time. But I just got started really in this program about 2 weeks ago. And the system was really easy. So all I did is I set up just a calendar link, and I set up a really super simple funnel that I learned from her. And I ran the funnel. It took me it's been about, like I said, 2 weeks. So I ran the funnel. I've been working it constantly. And to be honest, guys, I got a lot of no's. I got a lot of no's at first. Thank you. I got a lot of no's at first, but it was motivation. And it's kind of funny because the sale came right after I wanted to quit. It came right after I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. I wasn't sure if anybody, you know, I wasn't sure anybody was going to pay it, but I knew it was able to happen because Niala pushed me. She pushed me and she helped me, and she just told me, you know, keep going and don't give up. So the result came, like I said, within my first 2 weeks in the program. I'm so happy. And I really advise you guys, if you haven't gotten started in her program yet, or you're not, you know, working with her, schedule that one-on-one call because you will not regret it. You will not.
Okay, so I didn't want you to hear this so Cena can tell you how great I am or so I can convince you into my program. I wanted you to hear this because I want you to understand that you can do this too, okay? Now, Cena said that she was able to see these results within 2 weeks, which is very true. From setting up the system, she was able to see the results quickly. But I also want you to know is that Cena put in the work. She worked on her branding. She's been working with me almost a year now. She aligned her purpose with her goals. She's worked on her mindset. She has her breakthrough, which I've been able to witness, right? And you can do this too. You can do this too, okay? So let's look at what we've covered today. We've covered the one secret that other coaches won't tell you, right? We covered why being authentic is vital, but not the most important part. Really, you need a system, right? We covered why talking to everyone means you're selling to no one. So you got to hone in on who you're speaking to. And we also spoke about the 5 pillars to building a successful coaching business. Okay. So my question to you is, would you like to see your life change? Because I do have this program. And with this program, it takes you through the complete system. So you get the scripts, you get everything that you need, and you get on the fast track right away being my client. And I am currently accepting new clients, okay? And unfortunately, I'm only accepting 3. I'll tell you why as we move further along. Let's talk about who this is for. So this is for people who need to generate high value leads. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is for people who want to increase their prices. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is for people who want to reduce their workload, set up systems so they don't have to be behind the computer 24/7. Or if they want to take a vacation, they can and still have sales coming in. This is for people who want to attract more high-paying clients, okay? Now, how does this process work? So we will be focused on a specific tailor-made strategy and execution plan, right, that helps you solve 2 problems. The first problem is getting you traffic, making sure that you're able to generate the right type of high paying clients, because that's very important. A lot of times people might put out their offer, but people are not biting because they can't afford it. You got the wrong people, right? The second thing is I want to work with conversion. So I make sure that you have the right system that takes that traffic and converts them into high paying customers. Okay. So who is this for? This is for coaches, consultants, authors, experts who are currently in business and making some sales, okay? This is also for people who sell info products, one-on-one coaching, live events, or done-for-you services. This is also for people who know that they're really good at what they do and they believe that they can dominate their market and make a high 6-figure, even 7-figure income, okay? And this is for people who truly value helping others and value results more than anything. Because with my program, it's results driven. It's not about you. It's about the results your client is going to see. Because the more results they see with the packages and the program that you're going to put together is the more results you will see. This is for people who understand that they have to invest themselves to get to the next level. So if you're not that person, this program is probably not for you. All right, now let's talk about who this is not for. This is not for people who want to start a coaching business. They like the idea of starting a coaching business, and they just want to start now. This is probably not going to work because of what we spoke about, the certain things that you need to have in place before we can use this fast track program. Okay, this is not for people who make excuses or complain because it takes work. Trust me, and we are going to work. Working with me is intense, but you see the results. Now, this is not for people who are stuck in the knowledge hoarder stage. So that means that you soak up every webinar, every ebook, everything free, everything that you can get, but you're not really prepared to take action and actually see the results. This is not for you if you're that person. And this is not for people who aren't serious about dramatically growing their business to about 100,000 in the next 12 months. It is possible with the system that I am going to share with you. But if you are not going to believe in it and you're not going to be ready to put in the work to do what you got to do, guys, this is not for you. All right. Now, I'm looking for a win-win situation. And the reason why is because the better the fit, the better the results, right? So if I take you on and I know that I can't get you on the fast track within 30 days for you to make the money you need to keep going, then I'm not doing you any good and I'm not doing me any good. So for me, I'm looking for win-win situations. I'm looking for people who are ready to make that jump and that leap into their business, so that way I can help you get a return quickly. Okay. Now, there are some people who I'm not going to be able to help with this program, and that is okay. I will most definitely refer you to a better suited program or even a better suited coach, because sometimes, you know, people get on with me and, you know, I just might not be able to give you what you're looking for. Some people need more hand holding than others. Some people need certain things that I might not be able to give right now. I handhold, some coaches don't. I handhold with some people, and then with some things I don't. So, you know, this call that we're going to get on, and so we can see if we're a good fit, it's something that I'm looking for, meaning a win-win situation. So you got to be ready to come into me the same way that I'm going to be invested into you. All right. Now, in order to move on with me, you are going to have to complete an application. Okay. Because remember, it is a custom made, tailored one-on-one strategy session with you and I. It is a free strategy session. This is where we're going to figure out where you want, what you want, and where you need to be, and how we're going to be able to make it happen the fastest way possible. Okay. So all you got to do is schedule a free session with me. We're going to talk. We're going to figure this out. We're going to see where you're at. We're going to see if I'm a good fit for you and if you're a good fit for me. And then we'll take it from there. Okay. But I do have a warning, because the time is limited here. Remember, I said I can only take 3 people, right? And the reason why is because it's taking my hours. So when it comes to one-on-one coaching, I really can't take more than 5 clients, all right, because it's taking my hours, my time. You have access to me 24/7. My clients Facebook me. My clients call me when they need. So because of that, I only have 3 more spots open. If you want to be that person and you want one of those spots, you have to make the decision, act quickly, click that button, and go over to my schedule so you can pick your appointment ASAP. All right. Between the last couple of days, I've already received over 100 applications. About 33 of them did not get a call back because the criteria in the application didn't fit. But of course, they did get a message. So I will never do that. So please put in your application if you feel that you are the person that's ready to join this coaching program, get on this fast track, see the results that you need to see in your business, which is making the money so you can put the money back into the places where you can turn your business into a profitable business. Okay. So if it's you, click that button, fill out that application. All right. I am so happy that you spent this time with me. I hope that you found a lot of value with this. I hope that you are the person that I'm going to get to speak to on the phone next, regardless to what. Here's my social media profiles. Make sure that you write this down. Make sure that you join me in my Facebook community where I teach everyday business branding and marketing, right? Join me there every day. We are there learning. Thank you so much. I had a great time. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, see me in the Facebook group, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.